Hey guys, Tom itself, playing some Conquest. Yeah, I know I don't play a whole lot of Conquest, but this is a good game. Conquest on Seine Crossing. As you're probably aware, each side gets a tank in Seine Crossing Conquest, and so they can be very important to deciding who's going to win the game. So it's usually a good idea to have several engineers on your team and in your squad. To see myself and Sean actually are running engineer kits, obviously for the RPGs, and I think I have mines, which I don't know. I'm more concerned with blowing up their tank than keeping ours up. But yeah, anyway, I got the Scar H. I've just been trying it out. It's been working okay for me, but I'm going to need to play with this some more before I can really say anything about it. It's a smaller magazine, well, we'll see. The real problem with Conquest, and I have done a video on this before I know, is that, you see, we're less than 2 minutes into the game, and the other team isn't full, and so we have all the points. The game is pretty much over. We're going to probably end up just spawn trapping them, and this is going to be a really, really boring game. And honestly, one of the reasons we have Seine Crossing in this server is because it's a little bit harder for that to happen. You have the 4 points that are spread out instead of the 3 points in a line, like Metro or Damavan Peak, which, like, completely unavoidable that you're going to end up in a spawn trap if you're winning, unless people sneak around somehow. So hopefully it's a little less likely here, but no, we're not going out of our way to spawn trap them, but it's like, oh well, there's the tank, gotta go destroy it, even though it's right outside of the deployment. It's like, well, we gotta go destroy their tank, you know. They've got someone in it, he's shooting back, so I can't feel too bad about it. And, oh look, they're taking Charlie, so we're just gonna take the quickest path from Delta over to Charlie, and yeah, it kind of means we run right by the spawn, but that's just how the map's set up. So I blame DICE for a lot of this whole mess about just I don't know what to say, because in Call of Duty the spawns flip if you push too hard. But, actually, this is one of the reasons I posted this video, is that on the podcast, Be Advised, Nerd Talk, I'll turn that around. I keep wanting to do Be Advised, Nerd Talk, and then, like, regulars or something, because the acronym's really funny, but no, it's the other way, so Nerd Talk, Be Advised. We managed to pull off a very good episode 1, though we did spend a little bit of time talking about spawn trapping and what we thought, you know, maybe you should try to do in some of these situations, so I'll let the guys take it away.
Me, I look for the challenge, and I like to flip the side and see if I can get out.
I typically don't switch teams unless I have a squad, because I think, okay, let's try. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can pull out a win.
I have to switch. I can't. I'm too ADD. I can't sit hiding behind a forklift shooting people.
I agree. And those are the best gameplay. If you can switch teams and then come back from a deficit, and it's like, you guys had fun spawn trapping us. Get back to your spawn now, you know. But
team needs a little bit of help, and switching over might do that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But otherwise, let's get this game over with and get to the next one, because it's going to be more interesting. Yeah, so there were some highlight clips there for me for the podcast. I will put a full link to the first episode of the podcast in the description. So if you found that part interesting, there's plenty more. Go check it out. And of course, Puppy's in the game with me too, as you see in the squad. Actually, I didn't give him a cut of the podcast. So we're talking about, like, what do we want to do? Do we want to do this? It's like, all right. He's an admin, so he can just switch our teams, and we'll try to push back from the deficit we just created for ourselves. Well, what do you know? Let's try to do this. We're down, what is this, 70 points or so? Then we can come back from that. And, yeah, so we turned what would have been a really boring, lopsided game into a fairly close one. Gave ourselves a good challenge and made a fun game out of it. And of course, one of the reasons we decided to go ahead and give it a try is because we actually had a shot at it. You know, the other team was down, I think, 5 people there when we finally switched. So the team we ended up on had a slight numbers advantage, but not huge. We very quickly, surprisingly quickly actually, managed to put the ticket lead on the other team and start making a comeback. It was pretty epic. But in regards to the podcast, I did have a lot of fun doing it. It went surprisingly well. I was all just a little bit nervous, you know. There was a concern that we would either just, you know, everything would fall apart and we wouldn't know what to talk about, or that we would just go on and on and on for 2 hours instead of 1. 1 was kind of our target. We actually were thinking about having a 4th topic in there. We cut that just to make sure we'd meet our time. It came together wonderfully. We're really worried about needing to put up some very concise recap videos. But I guess I've kind of done that and given you a couple short highlights. of what you can expect if you want to go watch the podcast. Maybe entice you to go check it out. And I'll probably keep doing those. Probably keep doing kind of a topical recap in some way or another every week. But I'm probably not going to put out a weekly announcement telling you what time and what day and where, because we probably won't decide on that until the day before, and I'd just as soon, at that point, I'll just post the announcement on Twitter, and I'll put an announcement on YouTube. And if you're interested, check it out. Otherwise, you'll see the recap video, and of course the entire podcast video is available on YouTube. Again, link, description, and hopefully we'll have the shows set up so that if you don't want to subscribe to MassNERDerer for whatever reason, I can't see why, but if you did, you can just subscribe to just the podcast once we get that set up again. That's a YouTube thing. We just have to wait for them to finish that off. See, I'm going through the fast forward because the game isn't full. We switch teams and it's a close game, but we're doing a lot of running around from different points trying to cap them. But we still haven't pushed these guys back into a spawn trap completely yet. There just aren't that many people on our team that makes it really easy to do. Nonetheless, we are making a great comeback at this point. But on with the theme of channel updates. After I finish recording this commentary, I'm going to go get close quarters for Battlefield 3. It's been kind of funny listening to the premium members who've had close quarters for 2-3 weeks now talk about how they're kind of burnt out and not sure what to think of close quarters anymore. It means I don't know what to think of it either, I guess, because they were so excited to post videos. All the YouTube premium members were posting up videos as fast as they could. It was kind of funny. They're always so excited, and now they're burnt out and don't know what to think of it. I can definitely see some problems with it already. I mean, just in the announcement, there were a few things that kind of had to wonder about, like why there were so limited game modes on these new maps, why they weren't making the same game modes available on the old maps, or why DICE decided to include the DLC in the patch, and when you buy it, you're just buying the unlock. The actual download is tiny. I mean, it's great if you want the stuff, but like Armored Kill comes out, and I'm gonna have to find another 2 gigabytes or get a larger Xbox hard drive or something if I'm still playing Battlefield at that point and want to keep playing it with it. Even if I'm not interested in Armored Kill, I'll have to download it onto my 20 gigabyte Xbox hard drive. And you know, these patches have been about 2 gigs a piece or so, right? So that's a pretty sizable chunk of a rather limited amount of storage that has to get dedicated to something that I don't get to use. It seems kind of odd to me. Well, we'll just have to see what happens when we get there. I'll probably end up finding a flash drive I can repurpose. That's probably the best way to go. Oh, and back to the topic of close quarters. As you guys have been around a while know, I am not really big on the whole posting content as soon as I possibly can. I'd rather get something that's a little better out. I don't always. Sometimes I just want to get it out there. Nonetheless, since people have had 2-3 weeks already with close quarters, I'm probably not going to post anything general to close quarters, summaries of what's going. 'Cause, yeah, you guys have already seen all that. So if you were expecting it from me, yeah, I'm not going to do that stuff. I do need to say that I'm kind of surprised and sorry that I don't have any recent Modern Warfare 3 videos up. That is not intentional as much as anything. That's just because I haven't been playing a whole lot of it. And I wasn't expecting that because, yeah, my typical Modern Warfare crew was out of town for a while on vacation. And then they got back and the Diablo kind of took them. Yeah, and I keep expecting that we're gonna start playing again anytime now, and you know, I'll start feeling like, because I think I've said this before, what I'm playing is what I'm probably gonna post. And so, yeah, as soon as I start playing Modern Warfare 3 with my friends again, you'll see more Modern Warfare 3 content, but it just hasn't happened. Oh yeah, I'm running around here looking for another kit because I'd run mine out of ammo. I find this guy's support kit, I'm like, let me use your mortar. Let's see what I can do with this. Ooh, look at that. They're all bunched up on the bridge.
Hello, people. What are you selling, peanuts?
Well, let me tell you, business is good. Business is booming. Puppy insisted that I leave that in there. So there you guys go. That was my big motivation for letting the game continue on like that and rambling and whatnot. And yeah, so there's a nice comeback for you. I was really happy with that. It was kind of fun to push back and come back from the deficit that we had helped put up and turn things around very quickly like that. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry if this doesn't get uploaded until a couple hours later, because I'm gonna go play Close Quarters, and I don't want the upload hogging my bandwidth. I think you guys can understand that. Anyway, just kind of wrapping the game up here. One nice little clip to end things with, and then we'll see if there was anything else Puppy had to say in the podcast, because I haven't let him say anything yet, even though he was in this game.
No, I shout. I'm pretty sure, I live in an apartment complex, and I'm pretty sure my neighbors hate my guys.
Well guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out the podcast if you haven't seen it already, and I will see you later.
But streaming, my first time, I loaded it, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. I just promoted on my YouTube channel, come game with me. And I started off, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go in a team deathmatch to warm up. 0 and 11. I'm just like, what is going on?